What's up, guys? It's your boy MadPack420 here with Life Liberty Gaming, coming at you with a new one. And today, oh man, looks like Sony has finally countered, and they bought Bungie for $3.6 billion. Now, for the past 7 years, I have sunk my entire life into a single game known as Destiny. From Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, I played these games, given thousands of dollars, spent thousands of hours, and then if you lump in all the hours of Halo I played for the past 20 years, so you take all the Bungie years and all the Destiny years, and I've been part of the Bungie community since I was like 11 years old. I even remember, though, going on my brother's crappy Mac and him playing Marathon and seeing seeing that. So really, I mean, geez, I've been very familiar with Bungie for a long time. So they're making Mac games, and they went on to then Microsoft bought them up, and they made Halo, and then they went independent, and now they're being bought up by Sony. So it has been a long ride for Bungie, to say the least. And Sony buying them up for $3.6 billion. What we're seeing here in the industry is consolidation. That's where we're headed. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I mean, that's a whole separate video. But these companies are trying to get as much foothold as they can. They're no longer just competing for, who sells the most games or who sells the most consoles. They're trying to compete for the amount of people playing and the amount of hours people are putting into their content. I said in the previous video that we are entering the subscription wars. And in order to survive in this next generation, these companies are going to need to have consistent content being pumped out. Bungie as a studio for the past 7 years has consistently pumped out content. Ironically, when Bungie was under the Activision banner, they were making some of the best content. Destiny 2, the Forsaken expansion, which was actually worked on other studios, under the Activision banner, were actually primarily responsible for a lot of the best content that Destiny's had. And ever since they've left Activision, that game has felt little light on content compared to what we were getting when they were with Activision. So what I do hope is that this inflow of cash will actually help them, put money towards the game here and put actual content towards Destiny here, because, the game just isn't as, I don't know, I've had my ups and downs with the game, but right now I just feel like I'm not getting a fair product for the price they're giving me. They're raising the prices, and I'm just not giving the product that I feel that it should be. But it's fine. I've taken a break from Destiny, playing a lot more Halo, but I am getting that itch. The Witch Queen does come out in a few weeks, so I probably will check that out. But I didn't buy the 30th anniversary. That's probably the first expansion or DLC I didn't buy in 7 years. But no, I didn't feel, again, I talked about the pricing, I didn't feel that it was worth it to pay $30 for a bunch of cosmetics and a bunch of weapons that we had in the previous game. But at the same time, the 30th anniversary event, I've got to applaud and say that it was actually pretty good for what we got for free. I mean, you got a Halo pistol and a battle rifle for free. I mean, that's pretty cool. We'll read this article here. So, Sony Interactive Entertainment today announced a deal to acquire Bungie for $3.6 billion, the latest in a string of big-ticket consolidation deals in the gaming industry. After the deal closes, Bungie will be an independent subsidiary of SIE, run by a board of directors consisting of current CEO Chairman Pete Parsons and the rest of the studio's current management team. I don't like the sound of that. They'll remain an independent subsidiary of SIE, consisting of current CEO Pete Parsons and the rest of the studio current management team. So it's going to be a bunch of CEOs. It's going to be a bunch of suits and a bunch of Bungie suits fighting Great. They can throw all this independent bullshit they want. Sony's in charge. Sony's in charge. Sony's gonna be making. Sony will have the final say. I'm sure they're gonna let them publish on a multi-plat. I'm sure. But do not be surprised if Sony gets exclusive content for Destiny, off in the future. I don't know. I know in 2024 the final expansion drops, and this is what makes me say that. Because when I go to the Bungie side, this is for Destiny 2, and they're trying to clarify what's going on here. And the thing with these companies, it's Phil Spencer especially, is you have to understand you have to read in between the lines and kind of, hear what they're not saying, basically. Now, this is as far as Destiny 2 goes. When I go into the Q&A section, it's pretty, look, it's not going anywhere. Destiny 2 is going to stay on all the platforms. It's staying on a PlayStation, it's staying on an Xbox, staying on PC, it's staying on everything. All right. But what they don't talk about is any exclusive content coming. You can read through the Q&A and they go through this. Well, Bungie has future games in development. Will they now become PlayStation exclusives? No, we want the worlds we are creating to extend to anywhere people play, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they during Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, when they were part of Activision had a deal with Sony, and they would get the Sony platform would get exotics, strikes, missions, shit the other stuff wouldn't get till, a year later. And I remember that PlayStation users got to play with some pretty neat exotics when they were meta as hell. During D1, and by the time the Xbox users got them, they were completely nerfed on the ground and worthless. So don't be surprised if future Destiny stuff, like if PlayStation has like some timed exclusive stuff, don't be surprised about that. I don't think they're going to do that, but don't be surprised. But here's what's really funny is, will any announced season events, packs, or expansions be changed or impacted by Bungie becoming part of PlayStation? No, Bungie retains full creative independence for our games and our community. Our future plans for the Light and Dark Saga are unchanged all the way through the final stage shape in 2024. This sounds like a Microsoft, weasel word kind of thing they were doing. Because look, Call of Duty is going to be a Xbox Game Pass PC exclusive. It's only going to be on the, Microsoft Xbox platform. Okay. And like I said, I believe they're going to go ahead and let Bungie put all their games on all the systems, I'm sure, because they made so much money on MLB The Show that they went ahead and decided to do a Nintendo Switch port. I'm excited for that. But again, this is just, I have feelings that they're going to do some shenanigans and make exclusive cosmetics, exclusive exotics, exclusive armors, exclusive stuff on the PlayStation platform for, a timed exclusive time. So, it's the way it is. I expect them to do that. I hope they don't do that, but, you never know. But it's just the way it is. What I hope, though, is, again, I hope they actually get steady cash flow to actually put content out there, because this game is, I got my issues. Man, do I got my issues with this game, all right? Especially the PvP side, all right? There have been no Crucible maps. I know they say that stuff's coming, but it takes them too damn long to do anything. And we've been whining for Crucible maps for years. I don't even know I fucking play the PvP in this game. Trials of Osiris playing on the same fucking maps over it. Oh, and then, I go play in Halo Infinite, and I got the same fucking problem over there. There's only like, 10 or 12 maps, and I know that community is complaining about it, but you try playing those same maps for the next 4 years. How about that? They come back and complain to me about fucking playing on the same fucking maps. Sony has said Bungie will remain a multi-plat studio with the option to self-publish and reach players wherever they choose to play. At present, the studio is working on maintaining Destiny 2, expanding the Destiny franchise, and working on new IPs. Yeah, they're working on this game called Matter, and I don't know. I don't know what to think about this game. I think it's a cell phone game. I don't know. It's funded by Tencent. Tencent gave Bungie a lot of money, and that also concerns me when I read stuff like this. A single global community. They can play anywhere on the device. Join us in it. Yeah. Hold on here. Single global community. That sounds like some Marxist bullshit. And it's not like there isn't fucking Marxist symbols all over this fucking site anyway. I mean, come on, man. Are you kidding me? Look, either the people that designed this game are ignorant to these symbols and where they come from, or they're totally on board and they know what they're doing and they're trying to, put their ideologies in a video game to try and, recruit people to your side. I'm just, pretty sick of that shit. It's getting kind of annoying. We've had a strong partnership with Bungie since the inception of the Destiny franchise, and I couldn't be more thrilled to officially welcome the studio to the PlayStation family, said SIE President Jim Ryan. This is an important step in our strategy to expand the reach of PlayStation to a much wider audience. We understand how vital Bungie's community is to the studio and look forward to supporting them as they remain independent and continue to grow. Like Bungie, our community is core. PlayStation's DNA and our shared passion for the gamer and building the best place to play will now evolve even further. See, it's so weird that Sony is saying we own them, but they're going to remain an independent studio. Look, mark my words, there will be a time and there will be a place where Sony and Bungie do not see eye to eye, and it'll be very interesting what'll happen in that situation when they're going around marketing this as Bungie's still an independent studio. We're going to let them do and put all their games on whatever platforms they feel like, and we're going to let them do whatever they want. Sure. Look, I know Microsoft owns Minecraft, and for the most part, they let Minecraft do whatever they want, and I expect Sony to do the same thing. But to go around saying these are independent studios, I mean, dude, no, you're not independent. You own them. You're just letting them be a multi-plat studio. That's what you're doing. They're not independent. They're a multi-plat studio. Much like Sony Santa Monica's turned into. They are a multi-plat sports game studio. The deal caps off a massive January for the games industry acquisitions. Take-Two announced an agreement to acquire Zynga for roughly $12.7 billion on January 11th, and Microsoft followed up with a $68.7 billion deal for Activision Blizzard a week later. Yeah, it's so crazy that Microsoft now owns Crash Bandicoot, who used to be a PlayStation mascot, and how Sony now owns Bungie, who created the Halo games, which is just the world we live in today, man. It's like I said, we are in the content wars here. We are in the subscription wars, the content battles. And Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, they aren't necessarily in competition with each other, which, I mean, they are, but they're in competition with the Amazons, the Googles of the world, right? These subscription services. And as these subscription services like Netflix, Paramount Plus start to like peak out, because Netflix is having their issues, they're having to raise prices again. They've lost a lot of people. People go back, people cancel subscriptions, people rejoin subscriptions. You cap out, all right? So you're gonna get to the point where these they're gonna have to start consolidating with the subscriptions here, and we're seeing the gaming industry starting to consolidate. So they're already a step ahead as usual, but eventually I expect Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony and Take-Two even to own everything. I don't know if I like that because it squashes competition, but at the same time, these companies know they're gonna need content to continuously pump out to compete with, the content that is continually pumped out with these streaming services. These companies are competing for not necessarily my money, which they are, but they're competing for my time. And when you have free options like YouTube and other streaming services that are coming up in the world, like Rumble and Odyssey and such, as those get more popular and those are free, and as people jump from streaming service to streaming service because shows are here, and you got to cancel this one, let's add this one, let's cancel that one, let's add that one. It's a frantic war, that's going on here in the entertainment industry, and the gaming industry is part of the entertainment industry, believe it. They're competing for that time as well. They're competing with the sports, TV time. The NFL franchises, the basketball franchises, all that. They're competing for that time. They're competing for the time that people spend at the movie theaters, spend time watching movies on streaming. They compete for the time that people watch Netflix. They compete for the time people watch Paramount Plus. They compete for the time people play on Destiny. And that is the real reason that Sony bought Destiny, because the amount of time that people grind into that game is important. and they want to be able to go with their shareholders and say, look how much time, effort, and money people put into our products. You need to invest with us because people love our products. That's the real reason Sony bought them. Because really, they only got one game, right? They only got Destiny and whatever going in the pipeline, but they're only working on the one game, Matter. Okay, Bungie's only working on Matter, and then they got Destiny. So really, they bought two franchises. One we know nothing about, and one we know everything about. So this acquisition was one. They had to buy somebody. They had to counter Microsoft and Take-Two, but it's to show the shareholders, how much time people put into their games. So it's already February, and it's been a very, very busy year for the gaming industry. Very, very heavy January as far as acquisitions go. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. If you like what you see, like what you hear, go and like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Gab, Mine's a Gator. All that in the description. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.